What if I told you that the biggest danger in taking a loan is not paying the interest, but there is something more crucial which can even affect your mindset? Do you want to know what is that? Most people, they take a loan very easily because they need to fund their any kind of financial goal or requirement. But in the long term, they don't know what they actually miss up upon. Hi, this is Anirudh Bellare here. Welcome to the 56th video of Your Best Financial Life series. In today's video, you will be knowing what is this one important thing apart from interest which borrowers need to keep most attention on, because remember, interest is very important, especially when you take a loan, because when you pay that interest is when your part of the loan also starts to get cleared. Now, how do you ensure that this important point, as I mentioned, can be kept in your mind? For that, let's move on to the first and most important point, which will be useful for you. See, first of all, for taking this loan, for any kind of loan, you require something called, obviously, your collateral and your Cibil score. Now, what is this collateral versus your Cibil score? Now, collateral is nothing but before the bank guarantees that it is going to give you a loan, you need to show certain assets on. If at all you don't pay the loan on time, what are the things the bank can come and seize from you? Now, what is the meaning of this word seize? Seize is nothing but come and take from you. And now, what is the meaning of this word Cibil score? Cibil score, obviously, you must be knowing that on time, if you make payments of loan, you get this particular score, which is an indication to the bank whether they can give you future loans or not. Now, see, as I mentioned, what is this one important thing apart from interest which you need to keep in remembrance of? That one important thing is nothing but how you ensure that you deal with the payments of your loan. Now, why is this payments of loan important? Now, see, it could be regarding to the liabilities and on-time payment of you. But see, remember, if you default any loan, what happens? You will obviously get calls from the bank. Now, why does this become important that you get calls from the bank? It's because it is not your money. You have taken it from the bank, and the bank expects the customer to pay the loan on time. And if in that particular month, say for example, whatever the loan was, say for example, 60 lakh rupees of loan. Now, for 60 lakh rupees of loan, divided by how many other years? Say for example, for every month that person has to pay around 1 lakh rupees. Now, this 1 lakh rupees, if say in the month of now, right now when I'm giving this video to you, it is the month of July. Right now, in the month of August, say 1 month later, the borrower who has taken the loan, he does not pay this amount to the bank. Now, do you know what happens? The borrower, he gets a lot of calls from the bank, and there will be a lot of follow-ups, and anytime the bank can come to your house and start seizing assets. So for 1 month, if you don't pay this 1 lakh rupees, it has come as a default. The next month, September, if you still don't pay the 1 lakh rupees, with time what will happen? You will see that the bank, people from the bank, they can even come to your house and start taking assets so that they can repay the loan which they have given to you. Now, see, this is completely legal, but what has to be taken into consideration is that how, as a borrower, you plan your payment in advance. Why? Because, see, it obviously becomes important that once you do the planning, say for example, even 50% of the plan goes as per decided, which is like well and good. But for you to default this payment and to get those calls from your bank or wherever or from any creditor, that is the most mental peace destroying thing. And that is why this video is there for you. Because remember, paying off that money or your liability is one financial aspect, which is like fine. Fine as in it is very important because you are the one who took the loan. The second most important thing is your financial peace. Now this peace will only come when you pay off this loan. And how can you pre-plan all of this? By doing proper planning. And that is why it is important, before you take a very big loan of 60 lakh rupees or whatever amount, you need to ensure that from a young age onwards. Now I don't know what age audience are viewing this video right now. If you are in the age group between 20 to 40, okay, well and good. But if you are in your early 20s, and in the future it is pretty obvious if you are from a middle class family, or if you need to, say for example, buy a house in the future in India right now, for you to actually accumulate money for that house in the next 5-6 years, your base price of any house in any tier 1 city or tier 2 or whatever, say your base price itself starts in crores. Now for any salaried employee to actually pay off this crores, it will take easily 15 to 20 years, unless you have an alternative source of income or you have some kind of business income which can give you that revenue, and it can help you apart from your salaried income as well. If you don't have an alternate source of income, for you to actually pay off this crores amount, say for example you're buying a house or you're buying an extremely costly car, you need to start doing your financial plan from early on. The motive of this video is that I don't want any person or a creditor to come to your house or to call you a lot of times to tell you that you need to repay back the payment. Because remember, I very well know how important mental peace is, and that is the reason for all this to not happen to you. I am coming out for this video for you. I'm coming out with this video for you. Now, 3 important points as I told. You're planning in advance if you're in your young age. See, if you're not in your young age, if you're right now in your 30s and 40s and you actually decide, see, I'm just giving an example of a house. Why? Because house is considered one of the most important things in terms of status or in terms of whatever, that you have something whereby, if suppose you're staying on rent, for example, the owner has the right to ask you to leave the house if and when he wants. But if you have your own house, it is an advantage and a disadvantage. Advantage as in it is your own house, you can make whatever decisions you want. Disadvantage as in, if suppose you get shifted to another state or a country or whatever, the only possible option is to either sell the house or whatever. That's up to you. So taking an example of a house, for you to actually pay off these crores will make you important. Now what is this will make you important? Sorry, I didn't use the right term, but I'm trying to tell, if from now, whatever your salary is and how much ever you can take the interest to actually make your skill level at a very high level. Because remember, any salary which you get from your workplace, that is your corporate environment, will grow in slight portions. Say for example, anywhere between a 20% to 30% hike in a best case scenario for your salary to grow is a very good thing. But that 20% to 30% hike, if you know how to make your alternate source of income, like say for example you do something like a freelancing, or you have some kind of a side business or whatever. Because remember, My mom always says this, and I feel like sharing this to you as well. With time, what will happen is eventually you will feel that there should be some other source of income, because relying on this one source of income, eventually in your young age, right, like right now, in my age, say for example, one source of income may look well and good because expenses are not that much. It could differ from people to people. Now, for people who are staying away from their parents and they're staying in a rented house in a different state, circumstances vary. But I'm just saying for my example. Now that I'm staying in my parents' house right now, my expenses are almost negligible or very few. Now, for me, if I say, for example, I'm happy with this one source of income, it's a very short lived thing, short lived thought. Because eventually, when I go to my 30s or early 40s, that sense of requirement of another source of income, leaving apart the fact that my salary will grow eventually with time, that will eventually come up only if my skill level is high. So, for you to intend that you make your skill level high, you start early. Because remember, I've told in the past videos as well, the biggest asset is you. And next is to find that alternate source of income, whether it is investments or whether it is whatever. Today, with the help of internet, there are so many ways by which you can actually try and do something out of the box, out of your comfort zone, which could even be a small amount of income, but at least it's a start. It's not that it is not a start and all. So this is the whole point of the video. I'm giving this video to you because I don't want any creditor to come to your house and actually ask you, please pay my 1 lakh rupee back, as an example, because that is the most destroying thing for the brain. It will not let you sleep well at night as well. Why take such loans if your planning is not at par? Now see, this video applies to me as well, and for you as well. For those who are actually in their young age, if you actually take this video seriously, it will be very useful for you, because the maximum I can do from this video is to give a sense of information and knowledge to you. But for you to actually apply it, it depends on you. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If you did like this explanation, you can do share this video to a lot of people, and you can also subscribe to my channel if you like. If you like, as in it is your wish. Because see, my motive of coming on camera every Wednesday and Sunday is that I want to ensure that your financial education becomes easy for you, because it is not, this topic is not taught in schools and colleges, which is what makes it eventually difficult, especially when you start earning income, whatever your income is, whether it's in lakhs or thousands. This is with regard to the Indian rupee right now, which I'm talking, the currency. So lakhs or thousands, whatever it is. But for you to actually know how to place it in investments, how to place it in yourself, find the right courses, and to ensure that you make your growth better, is why I'm here with this video for you. Thank you once again, and see you in the next video.